What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the show. We're live here in my backyard on a Thursday night. Um, we got going into Friday. Got a big weekend ahead of us here, guys. Tomorrow we got our possible final football game here at the school. So maybe it may be the final varsity game. We're waiting on to see what happens to Clewiston the next week. Clewiston got in a fight with another team they played last week from Riviera Beach, so that game may not happen next week. We would be traveling to Clewiston, but we don't know yet. So this could be our final game. We're playing Sebring, which is a really good team in our district. If we win this game, there's a good possibility we could go to the playoffs because we would be a tie with them and Westwood. So we'll see what happens there. Hope the guys give their best, guys. I mean, it's a tough game. And it ain't just that. It's these guys, show out their highlights and stuff because we got a lot of seniors coming up. That this would be a really good game. Will help them out, especially college coming up, and some of the guys want to play some college ball. So hopefully, we have some good highlights. Win or lose. I mean, hopefully we win, but if win or lose, like, at least we'll get some good plays, and we show Sebring that we do mean business. That we will be coming for them next year if this year ain't the year. But we're not going to lay down on them. We're gonna take them we're gonna take them all 4 quarters. So we'll see what happens on that, guys. This weekend, we have the CCW show, the Carnival show over there in Port St. Lucie. It is they're gonna have a tribute to Erik Santos. My good friend, my brother. He was on here with me at the Metal Taco show. So they're going to give him a 10. I know they said they're going to give him a 10-bell salute, and I'm not sure his sister's going to be there. I don't know. They're going to have some little tribute before the show starts. So Erik was really good friends with a lot of the guys and ladies in the promotions. Not just CCW. He was friends with a lot of wrestlers, a lot of promotions here in Florida, and international wrestlers, and he was friends with a lot of people. So he's truly missed, definitely in the wrestling community. I know them guys, they love his support and his enthusiasm, in the shows. I mean, he'd get all in it. He was excited. He had fun with the shows. I mean, we had fun on Facebook, YouTube, different things, promoting the shows, talking about the shows. We had some of the some of the wrestlers on the Metal Taco show sometimes having, words with each other. So, we had the action going on here and there. So, you know, he's looking up above. He's looking up there from above. He's going to be watching the show. He's going to have the best seat in the house. It was a rough week for me last week, guys. It was a real heart. It tore my heart pretty bad last week. I was really, really, really like down all week. I'm still, mourning, but it was really a rough week last week. So I may get a little tear. I'm gonna try to record the tribute, the 10-bell suit. I may get a little teary eye. I know his sister will be, and if any of his families and friends will be there, they're gonna be a little teary eyed too. But we're gonna be there to celebrate the life of Erik Santos. Probably the one of the kindest persons you ever meet in your life. He had a heart of gold, guys. I mean, the man. If you didn't really know him, he really suffered for the last couple of years on health issues and stuff. And he always had a smile on his face. It didn't matter what life threw at him. He always, he tried to make something good of it, or or make somebody happy, or out there to help somebody, no matter what the circumstance was. I mean, he was there for me. He was there for me. Yeah, Ron. Hey, Ron, what's going on, brother? How you doing? He was there for me when I got sick. I did not think I was gonna make it. I mean, 3.5 years ago, I really, when I went to that hospital, I did not think I was coming out. I mean, seriously, did not. I mean, when I went in, I didn't know where I was at. I mean, they what I explained, to the doctors and my wife, and I said, I guess they said I was having an out of body experience. So my body was separating itself. I mean, if you know what I mean, and I meant the soul or whatever, feel like I was lifting up and falling, like you will a fall when I was in the bed before I got to the hospital. And I don't remember those 3 or 4 days. After I went in there, they said I was complaining with chest pains, and more likely it was because yeah, my heart was, my oxygen was suffocating my heart, and my head and all that. So, but Erik was there for me. You see that one picture. He was starting to have a little bit of health problems too, and we both, we took that picture together with us, and man, we both looked rough in that picture. But we was there still smiling. He was there with a smile on his face. He was always calling every day, and when I was in the hospital, calling me. You know, he was one of them true friends. He was there for me. And this last year, Erik had a lot of uh, tragedy, and his mom passed away, and last year, and his little dog passed away here this about 3 or 4 months, about I think it was 2 3 months ago. Which that little dog meant a lot to him. He had that dog for God 10, 12 some years. I mean, he is. We got him. Well, actually, a girl I was working with it say like she was gonna give me the dog, and I was like, oh, I said we got to give this to Erik, because Erik just had like I think he had a pit bull that passed away. He was really close to, and I was like, he was like, oh, I don't know. I said, Erik, man, that little dog loved him to death. I mean, he was a little guard. You see that? I got that little picture, a bone with him at the store, and you know, he loved that little dog, and and now that dog had a couple of little litters with a couple other dogs in the neighborhood. He, but yeah, that was that I know that was a real you know um you know what you would say you know emotions and stuff for him, because that dog, it's like my little dog, that she's there for. If you're there alone and ain't got nothing to talk to, they're your best friends. They're there to help you. They comfort you. Even though they can't talk, they love and the kissing and all that. So yeah, guys. So we're like I said, we're gonna hope it's a great show. We're gonna have a lot of friends and family there. A lot of the guys and ladies that we ran with and NXT and all the other ALW, ARW, all the shows, CWE, all them shows that we've went to throughout the years. We have a lot of great people there. Um, my boy Big Larry, he's going to be there with me there, and so it's going to be. I mean, we're even though we're big tough guys, we're all going to have some tears. I mean, I know I'm going to be tearing up, and I know Big Larry will be he'll be tearing up with me, and Joe and RJ, and I know Sean and that, and and then a few others. I know the bus will be there. I know the bus will, bus was a, he's a great guy, guys. He retired, but he's still with the promotion. He's behind the scenes, and sometimes those guys are just as important as the wrestlers. They're behind the scenes making the show happen. He's a great guy. Known him a long time. I've seen his career go, and he's like, unfortunately, like a couple of us, we've had a little health issues, but he's still there, and he stopped by the funeral the other day, and just a he's like Eric. He's got a heart of gold. He's a very special person to all of us, and like I said, RJ, he was there too. He's one of the nicest guys you ever meet in your life. A lot of great people here, guys. It's we met some wonderful people, throughout the years. Me and Erik did. I mean, just going to shows, you'd be surprised how many friends, we have met, and if we wouldn't have went to some of them shows, we've never met these people. It's a special bond we've had with some of these people. We may not be able to see them as much as we used to, because I mean, when we back in the past, me and Erik, man, God, sometimes we had two shows we had two or three shows a month, but it's with funds and other things, wasn't able to do as many shows. But yeah, back in the 2010s, we were there was a lot of great shows in there back in them days. Yeah, up to the 20, around when the pandemic happened, it sort of slowed everything down a little bit. But yeah, that was a great show, especially when I was working for Pierce. God, dude, there was 2 or 3 promotions. CCW was that. We had NXT. We had Ignite Wrestling. Riot Wrestling was up there in Coco. ARW, WXW. Orlando. There was some great shows, and Gangrel's show we saw in Clewiston, JBL show, all them shows we've seen. We went to Ring of Honor, New Japan. We've been to SmackDown, WrestleManias. I didn't get to go to WrestleMania. Sean went with Erik to WrestleMania, but we went SmackDowns, Nitro, NXT. So I mean, all the great, Ignite, Impact. Great shows all the way from Orlando to Tampa, to Fort Myers, to Miami, to Vero Beach. Didn't get to go up to AEW, but we were playing on it one time. But things happen. But that and all the other great things. But like I said, guys, if you're in the Port St. Lucie area, or you want to see a great show, tickets are still available. Right now, I believe. Let's go to CCW Wrestling. It's on Facebook and all that. Go just right there and go to the link. It's going to be it's like the Halloween Carnival show, so it's going to be like a spooky show. So they're going to be some some spooky. I think there's some cool looking clown looking guy on there. I've never seen him wrestle before, but I think he's a newcomer. And we got Ozzy, and a lot of the great. We got a great man. There's a hell of a main event, man. You got the Cha Cha Charlie, which is God, everybody loves Cha Cha. He's one of the best indie wrestlers there is out there. And you got right next to him, you got the Jackal, which is right there, and one of the greatest indie wrestlers there is. Them 2 guys should be in NXT, AEW right now, but they will be soon, or in the future. So, or AEW or NXT, whatever, or Impact, which company they choose to go to. But that's going to be one. And what's famous. I hadn't get to go to the last show, but when last show I went to, these guys were tag team partners, and they were this before Jackal won the title back. So, and Cha Cha was the champion like last year. So these guys were really tight before. So I'm got to see what happens to see how that friendship is going to work. And who are they going to put it aside? How it's going to work? Because when you get in the ring for all the marbles, sometimes that friendship has to be put aside, even though it's competitive. So we're going to see. That's going to be a very interesting match. So, and there's a couple other matches. I know Ozzy's going to have a revenge on his former manager, and she's got a bunch of crazy looking guys I haven't seen before. So coming in there, and so he and Ozzy's got a great tag team with him, and we got I'm trying to think of a couple other matches I've seen. Just check it out, guys. Like I said, there was a couple unknown matches yet, so we'll see what happens on them. But yeah, check it out, CCW. It's like the Carnival show, and I believe there's another show coming up in December or January. I'm not 100% sure, guys. So you'd have to check up from them because so one of the wrestlers was telling me, they said after this, because this is pretty off of the show they had like a month or 2 ago, so it's really close. They usually have like 3 shows out, and you got Lou there, man, Lou Spector. So everybody give him a shout out. Hey, he's a hard ass, but hey Lou, when this thing happened with Erik, he did, a hard, hard ass, old SOB he is. He did give he shouted out to me his condolences about Erik. So he's like the Grinch. He does have that little bit of heart in there. So when he had his Bud Light in his hand. So Lou, I appreciate it, bro. You can still call me a bastard and whatever else, But yes, I know you got that little bit of heart in you, brother. So I do appreciate that, man. Like I said, I'm just out here. I just burning some wood out here with nice wintry weather. So it's we got a little drizzle. I just had a little drizzle, and it's cold. No lightning storms, but it's nice and cool. Finally getting up in the 70. I know everybody's, well, that ain't cool, but starting to get in the 70s, sometimes in the 60s, but popped in the 50s the other day. So no nine. Hey guys, it's been for the last 3 months. It's been 90, 100 degrees, heat index 110. So trust me, this is really good weather. So, but yeah, I just want to come out here, guys. I mean, hit that like button if you can, guys. It does help me out. It does help the channel out. It does push the algorithm. Algorithm. Can you pronounce it? So it does help it out. So it does push it out where we get new people in there checking us out. A little announcement. I did. If you've seen, I do have some lives posted coming up. We are gonna do. I did talk about this on Facebook, and I think on one of the other channels that we are gonna have a tribute show for Erik, which I'm working on it. So I'm with internet issues, but I'm working on it. So I got to try to get where I can get other people in the stream because I don't want to do it here like a one person at times. Because I know there's a lot of people that want to come in and give talk about it and some of the family and stuff. So I'm shooting for it. I think I put it on. I got to remember the date I put it on. I think it was that Friday or Saturday after Thanksgiving. So right now it may be changed, but right now I'm shooting for around that time period. So around Thanksgiving, that's going to be episode 10 of the Metal Taco Show. Which you say, oh well, there's 8 episodes, but I do have. If you've seen it, I had the lost episode of episode 9, which me and Erik we were about to. Something happened that night. I can't remember. We were about. It was the Goodfellas episode. We went off the OnlyFans episode, so that was going to do the Goodfellas. That was the next. That was the next little fun thing we was going to do. So I am going. We're gonna continue. We're gonna do that Goodfellas episode. Erik's gonna be with me and with me, looking above. But it's gonna be a little tribute, my tribute show. I may not have nobody on there, but just me. And I'm gonna do like my tribute show to Erik. And more likely, I'm gonna show some of our funniest bits and highlights that me and him did. There's some funny. If you, I was just going. I was grouping. If you go to my playlist, I do have an Erik Santos memorial playlist. So almost everything Erik, and I'm still finding stuff. God, I'm still adding stuff to it because there was stuff I didn't realize me Erik was in and stuff. We did all kind of things. We went from Howling Horror Nights to concerts. So I'm finding, and then some stuff I didn't have it on YouTube, so I'm trying to download and put it in there. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do the Goodfellas stream. Wait a minute, probably it's just gonna be. I might pop somebody if I get it working. Um, so it's gonna be my tribute to Erik. And or like I said, I'm gonna pop some of the funny clips, some of our little interviews me and Erik did. That one I'm shooting for. Not this weekend, next weekend. This weekend is chaotic, so I'm hoping next Saturday or Sunday. I think I put it on Sunday, so so if everybody is able to, come check it out. And if it does change, I'll text it on there. But that's once I get it going, I'm gonna try to, like I said, I'm gonna have some clips, funny things. Try to talk to him some of these stories. Like I said, I might get somebody. I'm not sure, depending how the thing goes. But that's not going to be the main tribute. That's just going to. I'm going to finish that episode that we didn't get to do. But it's going to be it's going to be the Goodfellas, my tribute to Erik Santos. So look forward. I'm hoping in 2 weeks we'll get that. And like I said, that Thanksgiving week, it's going to be the episode 10, which I put the final. That may be the final episodes of the Metal Taco Show ever. I am not 100%, but it will be. I be like the ending legacy of me and Erik's, Metal Taco. I don't know if I really want to do it after that because that was me and Erik's thing. If may just I might have to think of some kind of other chain, a different type of show that would do. I mean, I've had different type of shows and all, but uh, we'll see. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure, but that will be the tribute to Erik. Erik with friends and family on there, and I'm gonna get a picture. He's gonna be like he's right there with us. So guys, I'm gonna somehow get it where even if I have to put I'm gonna put an avatar with a person in there like Erik's with us. So whatever, whatever happens, it is. We're gonna do that. So like I said, the dates ain't final, but I'm gonna. That's the plan so far, guys. Because, like I said, I will have this thing this weekend. I'm gonna do videos. I don't. It depending on the internet. Like I said, some of these places, sometimes the internet does not work. Thank God. Thank God I was able to get the gravesite, when we was at the gravesite with Eric for the family, because some family and friends wasn't able to go, so they were really asking. I should have recorded the funeral service. I did do two clips, me telling Eric goodbye with the open casket. I felt a little weird doing it, but I was bawling at times. I would not been able to record it. There was times, and guys, and I wanted to get up there and talk, you know, some of the stuff that, like, I'm gonna say this one, we will get to talking this tribute show. I couldn't have did it, guys. It was my heart was just shattered, and I would have got up there. I know my wife said she would have walked there with me, but I don't know if I would have got anything. I would have been crying the whole time, guys. My heart was shattered, and then just seeing him, it resting there, it just, yeah, I just, that's, it just hurt, guys. That wasn't the way I wanted to remember Eric. I want to remember that smile. I wanted to see that smile. I want to hear that funny laugh. His voice, guys. If you were around Eric, it's just his voice. Telling a story, he'd make you laugh and all that. He was my wife's uncle. Uh, I really haven't been like this, like really heart devastated. This really tore my heart up as bad as this one is since my wife's uncle. I mean, and then after that was my grandmother. I haven't, I mean, I'm not hard, like I would say a hard ass, but I try to not let emotional stuff try to bother me. I mean, it's cry, I might shed a tear or something, but doesn't, I'm not, just totally, broken down. And I was a few days. I People ask me, why you go to work and why did you do this? Why? Because dude, I was working clean. I work as I'm a janitor and stuff. Look at bugs flying my. And I'd be out there sweeping, I'd be crying, and I would be mopping, I'd be crying, and then just every so often be hitting me and all this, and it's like, why'd you come? I said, because I just don't want to sit home. I want to try to get it off, get off my mind and all that, because I've sent home. And you sit home and you start thinking. The problem is you aren't busy, you start thinking more, and depression comes over. And I don't want to. And a lot of people, they turn to drinking or eating. Like, it's a problem with me, I eat a lot, and that's the thing. I gotta watch my health too, because I'm a little overweight, and I've had heart problems, I've had diabetes, I've had all these problems, similar to some of the stuff Eric's had. Not as bad as Eric's had, but if I don't watch it, I don't want to, some of these things happen to him to happen to me. But that's the thing. I sit home and I'm thinking, and I'm a bad person. Just start eating, and I don't need to. I don't need to do that. I need to. I'd rather be at working. I ain't nothing wrong with eating, but you're eating just because you're trying to break depression or something, or even smoking, or some people do stuff they shouldn't, drugs and all that, or alcohol or liquor, whatever, and I don't need to sit home just start, just sitting there drinking or something. That's what, when my grandma died, I must have drank for like a month. I was plastered all the time, day and night. It hit me so bad, and I was even going to school or college. I wasn't in school, but I was in college, and going to school drunk and this, and just didn't care, man. I mean, I hate to say that there was times, and this is scary, that there was times when that happened. You know I I was probably suicidal, you would say. I had times I thought about it back then when my grandma passed. It was I figured, I sometimes think, maybe should I just end it here, should I drink myself to death? Should I do something? Should I run off the road with a car? I didn't know. I was in that mindset. That was when my grandma passed away back in the 90s. So, but like I said, you're sitting there thinking, I wasn't, that I wouldn't, wasn't that this time. I was heartbroken. I wasn't suicidal, but I was heartbroken. Just like when her uncle, I was really close to her uncle. It's the same way. But I just, I was heartbroken. But I'm not. I just don't. The bad thing like me is I get depressed. That's when I start eating or doing something like that. Or I don't really drink as much, hardly ever. Uh, but I do eat. That's a bad thing. And then when I start, and I've tried to lose some weight, and I trying to, keep this, the diet, if you're diabetic, you know what I'm talking about, trying to get the blood sugar down. Because trust me, guys, it's, when you start getting this garbage, man, like I was telling somebody the other day, you can eat a donut, and one day it's fine, and next day you feel like your truck hit you, and it's just a damn donut. So, that's the thing, um, so, like I said, it might be a little. This weekend's going to be really emotional. I mean, it's still, I know, sister. It's tough, and I really feel, for a sister. Well, she's like my sister now too. I mean, she's been my, Barrett was like a brother. Barrett was a brother to me. So, his that's his sister. That's my sister. So, I'm gonna be there for her, and all our friends and family gonna be there for her, because it's been a rough 2 years. You lose your mom, your brother, and back to back, and even her family said we're there for you. Don't think that you don't have family, and and the friends are there for her too. But you know, you know, even though we're there for it's hard to say, hey, you're there for, but it's hard to replace that person, or that loved one. So like I said, keep guys, keep false prayers for the family. Always for me if you can, but definitely for the family. His sister and her friends and her family came up from New York, and ones came from Puerto Rico, and all around the country. Safe travels, guys, because I know a lot of them probably be heading back, pretty soon, or some of them may have already headed back. So safe travels and all that, and for her, give her, she's gonna have some hard times. She's got a lot of decisions to make because Erik was, they were they were in plans for him to move back to New York. It was for help out, her and for she could be able to flew closer to him, because New York to Florida is a long ways away. If something happens, you're not right next door, but her a little closer, maybe the little better health, health doctors and stuff for him, and they was trying to get a house up there. So they were in plans of selling their house here and him moving up there, but and they were even talking. She was talking about the funeral arrangements. They were already having this, some of this planned the last, within the last 6 months. If something happened to her, they would try to get a spot near their mom and dad and all that. So, but it happened. Like she was saying, too quickly. She wasn't expected. And when somebody's sick, you don't. Like I said, you never know when death happens. Anybody, healthy person can pass, but even I had to, I had to, I was thinking of it sometimes. I got to prepare myself because I really didn't think Erik would pass right now. I was always afraid that, he did get the move up there. And I get that phone call one day, he said, hey, Erik just, passed away, and he wasn't, he got a little bad spell, and, that's life, things happen. But I was not expecting it this quickly, like she said, she wasn't either. And but life, throws this curve sometimes, when you're not expecting it. And I mean, I you never know, like things could happen. But I know with the his health, and I know he was worried about. He told me times, it's you know uh well, guys, when you're trying to get a kidney transplant, and you're on certain health issues, you know it's, sometimes it's bleak. It's hard. There's, you can always be healed, but God can heal you and all that. But sometimes, it's just when just your time. You never, you just gotta, prepare for it. And I know what they said to Eric. Visited his mom. Like got flies flying over. Eric visited his mom that night. That day before passed, and he said he'd see her soon. So in his heart, he knew he didn't want, he wanted to be here with us, but he knew in his heart, that it could happen. Oh, it's like me. When I went in that hospital, I had a feeling I was not going to see my kids in again, my wife, just see my yard. I didn't think I'd leave that hospital. I figured once I go in, I'm not coming out. I had a bad, so that's why you got to live every moment, guys, to the fullest. But I seen some people popping in and out, so hopefully y'all get to see this video later on. Yeah, so I'll have it up there. So, like I said, guys, if you're in the area, and if you, I mean, I don't, even if you don't like wrestling, hey guys, come on, support, at least that, that last, that tribute to Erik. I mean, you'll have a good time. Even if you don't. I mean, them guys, and like I said, them guys and ladies at the show, they're really fun. If you got kids, bring them out. Kids love, they're really good with the kids and all that, and you have a fun show. It gives you something to do on the weekend. And like I said, them guys are really cool. They hang out with you. God, I'm friends with most of them. So I chat with. I had them on Messenger, and I talk to some of them all the time, and you know, it ain't like, oh, your whole coat. Well, these guys, they're really cool. There are a lot of indie guys. There's some guys that's moving up there, is getting famous, and even those, I still friends with them. They still know where to come from and all that. So it's a real good thing. So, like I said, yeah, come on out. I think it's this Saturday. It's in Port St. Lucie at the Mid Florida Center. What do they call it? It's on US 1, the big place there. It starts. It's 6:30, 7 o'clock. But they're gonna have the thing before the show starts for Erik. So, like I said, they're gonna do a 10-bell salute and a tribute there. So, it's gonna be a memorable thing. Um, so, guys, come on, and like I said, and they do a lot of things. That wrestling promotion, they do a lot of things for the community too, for the boys and girls and things too. So come out and check them out. Real cool guys. I'm good friends with the owner. He's a really good guy, and you know they really care, and what's good, they really care about their fans. I mean, most wrestlers, they don't have to do that for their somebody passed away in their family. They even out Alex Red up in ARW or ALW now, ALW. I mean, he's the same thing. I didn't get to go to that show, but he had Sean was there, had a tribute for Erik, and one of his referees mother passed away, so they had a double tribute. I mean, and that's awesome. He's an awesome guy too. If you ever get, I mean, and that's another great show. I mean, it's up in Orlando. Sometimes Orlando, Cocoa, that area. So I mean, it's a little ways, but if you're in that area, I mean, it's some great shows, fun shows. Me and Eric's went to in the past, reindeer games, and a couple other ones. He's going to have a couple more shows. I think he's winding down. He does his music too. He's got his group Razor's Edge. He's got a store up there. He got a pizza store up there. So he's trying to take a little break from some stuff. But I mean, if you're in that area, he's got a few more shows. It's ALW. Now it used to be ARW. So check it out. Atomic, Alex Red show. Some great guys up there too. There's Jason Dugan and a bunch of other great guys. Uh, Ryzen, a bunch of wrestle that show, because some of these guys wrestle certain shows, and they live where they live. See, most of the show we're going to, there's a lot of guys. There's some from Orlando, but a lot of the guys are from Port St. Lucie or down in Miami, so they're in that area. So when some of these wrestlers travel countrywide and all that stuff, but so sometimes you see different wrestlers in different promotions, doing due to where they live and stuff. So, but yeah, there's two great shows. I mean, I always, even when them guys, like Alex, if he does, he's still a good friend. And dude, he's a Halloween Horror Night fanatic, and I haven't been in a while. But hey, Alex, if you watch this one day,
I may not get to do it this year, but dude, I would love to hang out with you at Halloween Horror Nights. If you're watching this, brother, I would love to, because I used to be one of my favorite things, and I watch your videos, man, and you remind me of me. I used to do them about years ago, and dude, I had so much fun, excitement. You know, I used to have a frequent fear pass and all that, and used to do that stuff too. Me and a couple of our buds, another good friend of mine, two of my good friends passed away, George and Gene. We used to go up there all the time. And Bill, we used to have some great time. This was back in kind of the late '90s, early 2000s, before 9/11 used to even happen. So this is way back in the day. But yeah, bro, if like I said, man, probably can't do it this year, but maybe next year, if you're listening, bro, if you get a chance, man, I love to hang out with you one time at Halloween Horror Nights. I know some of your friends, y'all, I see y'all have a great time. I just because because I like to have that memory one more time. Me and Eric, and in the things, me and Eric went to Halloween Horror Nights. I think twice, went twice. Uh, probably like 8, like 7, 6, 10 years ago. Now probably like 6 or 8 years ago. But we had a blast. You can see a couple of them pictures we had on there. But that's the thing about certain things Eric was not able to do anymore, because if you go to Halloween Horror Nights, anybody knows who's go up there, universe, it's a lot of walking and stuff. And Eric, that was one thing, he was having a little problems with his legs, wasn't able to walk a lot. So that was one thing we wasn't able to do as much as he enjoyed it, man. We went up there and we enjoyed it, going to houses. He was a fun person to do. But like I said, when we and him went to that last concert, it was like he almost didn't go with me because he was having a real problem with his legs. And I said to Eric, "You're going to this concert. If I have to carry you in there, man, I'm taking you to this concert." It was, and I am so glad I was able to, be there with him, and we both experienced the concert together, because that was our last, you know, being there together with each other. After that, I mean, I've talked to him on the phone. I think we saw each other once, when I went over to Port St. Lucie. But like, a fun thing event, like, because I mean, during the summer, we went to a couple baseball games. I went to a couple theater, watched the movies, a couple plays, and went out to eat and different things. We used to love to play pool together, different things. But he couldn't, walk a lot, so we couldn't do anything. It was like how Halloween Horror Nights like walking, but man, in the past we did, man. But I've been just jabbering too long. But all right, guys, let me cut this thing short. But like I said, anybody, you know, hit that like button, guys. Share if you can. And try to, if you can, come out to the show. Support the show, or either both shows. Like I said, shows coming up, in Alex shows and CCW shows, and like I said, keep your eyes and ears posted. Like I said, like trying to get those two. They're going to get those two streams, but I'm not. They not be certain on the date, but they'll be in that time frame. So I've already put it in there. I'm gonna try to get it and get everything set up. And just this been this week's just like chaotic, and then trying to finish up my son's football. Once I get that done, it's just I can have some more free time, because I haven't even been able to get on there and get this internet thing situated, because I want the internet thing fixed before I do the stream. That's just I don't want to be in there and the thing's freezing up and all that. I want a good show. I want as many people I can get in there as possible. I don't want to freeze up on anybody, and I want everybody to you know tell their stories, and happy of the good times that we had with our friend. So all right, guys, let you go. Well, I go one more minute, so I'll make it 40. But like I said, just stay safe, guys. Like I said, tomorrow night I'm gonna try to. I might get some lives in there. If not, I'll get some videos and stuff for everybody of the last last football game here, or last home game probably. If we do have a away game, more likely the next one, but try to do that for everybody. I know everybody's been enjoying some of the. I've been a lot of people out of state's been checking out the clips and videos and stuff. So I appreciate it, guys. That. Yeah, I'm hoping I can grow the channel a little more, and I'm gonna get my cousin George working on him, trying to get his channel, And I guess the goal was that I got my channel and got Eric going, and he was between his health issue, and then he started getting equipment. He was planning on doing his own show. He was planning on doing the Eric's Anything Goes channel. I mean, he never was not we ne was never able to launch it. He was trying to. I know he did some. So he did a lot of video clips on Facebook and Instagram stuff about his cookies. He wanted to have a do some more, but more my wife does cooking and hobbies and stuff like that. So that was the plan. But way like I said, life throws that curveball, and he was never able to launch it. So I wasn't. We always talked about it, and we always say we're going to get this channel launched and get you going and get you booming up there as the family network. We was trying to group a couple of us trying to get all like grouping like a group of streamers together, but family group there. But like I said, my cousin George, I'm trying to get him. I'm working on him. So even though I wasn't able to get start Eric, so hopefully he's up to like 700 something subs. So guys, check out his channel, Wheels and Fur Entertainment. He's in Miami. He's a cool guy. There's a lot of fun things with cars and animals and different things. So we're working on that one. And like my wife, she's on there. But most of the time she's on Facebook and stuff. So, but Lily Tucker, it was Lily's home cooking, but she keeps changing it. Lily's Wooden Nest or whatever. Changes it around. But we got a lot of I got a lot of cool people on there. Mike Stone's on there. He just hit 1,000K. Really good guy. The Coffee Snob channel. He is a fun. We and him used to do the coffee break show, which I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get when we're gonna try to bring that back. The reason why that canceled because the internet couldn't get a good stream of internet. So well, hopefully maybe I'll try to get that back. And then my boy Austinator. We used to have the late night snack show. That was when I used to work late night, so I'd be coming at 11 and we'd do a late night show. So maybe we'll get something coming back there and a couple other things and see whoever else is on there. Check out my boys over in Chaos Central, all them cool guys, and Robert Starms and all the cool people I used to hang out with. So, boy Basco, hang out on Wednesday nights. I'm usually there with my good friends there. So, guys, check them guys out, and ladies. There's some ladies on there too. So check them all out, and we'll talk to you later in peace and have a great night.